Had to stop it because the camera can't record more than 10 minutes, and it was on like 9 minutes and something seconds. So, and then there were other couples where they were both not in shape. The man was overweight, the woman was overweight, and they seemed not as happy. Dear Lord. They moved in about 8 or 9 months ago. And before they moved in, this was like such a peaceful, loving block. And then they moved in, and like when I have my window open in the morning, I just hear them screaming at their children. And it's just like, God, man. Like, if you got kids, don't fucking yell at them all the. Sorry, I didn't mean to curse. But it's just like, find another way to communicate with them, to have them stop the behavior that you want them to do. Yelling at them constantly is not really going to change their behavior. It just makes them cry even more. God, it's terrifying. I mean, it sometimes gets bad. Like, this is just lightweight stuff. Like, sometimes, like, it's bad. Like, sometimes I just have to shut my window completely because, like, I can't take the screaming. Um, so, and I noticed that when I was on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. And I was like, well, I'm like, maybe, it was just a weird day or something like that. So I did it again. The next time I went to, like, a theme park, like, you know, uh, SeaWorld, or the next time I went to Disney World, and I saw that I picked up on the same stuff. The in shape, healthy couples were happy, and the one where the man let himself go and the female stayed in shape, or the woman let herself go and the man stayed in shape, they were less happy. And the couples where both of the couples were not in shape, they were less happy as well. So I'm like, okay, I get that. And I think it might be an evolutionary thing where, like, we're just programmed to like healthy people, healthy looking people. And if our partner, the person that we decide to get married to, isn't keeping up that bargain of staying healthy and looking a certain way, we start to be bitter or resentful towards them for not holding up that end of the bargain, or just, upset at the fact that we're with them and we're just not attracted to them anymore, and like we're just staying with them just to stay with them. Who the hell knows, man? I don't know. But like, but for the people that have like eating disorders that are already like really hard on themselves, like we work diligently just to lose like the body fat that we have and just be as perfect looking as possible. So it's a challenge, man. And like everything, like every time you think like you're making progress and you're doing good, somebody might come around and like be like, oh, you look pregnant, or oh, and they like, they say signs about like, they say things about fat on your body. And of course, you could be like, well, that's just because they're not happy with their body, or whatever the case may be. And, oh, it's just because they're not happy with themselves. You could say that kind of thing. But the problem is when people say that stuff to you, like, it sticks in your mind. And you remember, that person notices the fact that I've bought belly fat. So that must mean if they notice, that means everyone notices. So that means I have to work harder or eat less. And that's the main poison for eating disorders. So even though you make up these things where you're like, oh, they're just not happy, or oh, they're like they're just like they're not happy with their own body, that's why they're saying things about my body. No. The way we think, people with eating disorders is, or people that have OCD about their body, or body dysmorphia is, oh, somebody noticed. Somebody noticed. That means I have to work harder or eat less every day. Maybe there's something wrong with my calorie intake. Maybe I have to like be more active every day. Like, because we're always striving to have that perfect body. That's why I never say anything about anybody's figure, dude. Like, ever. Like, I don't think I've ever, like, said anything about anybody's figure or what kind of shape they're in, ever. You know, and I'm very conscious and aware of when other people do it to people that I love. Like, it was a couple of, I think it was probably almost a year ago. My sister was walking around the kitchen, and my sister is, like, she used to be very in shape before, like, her ex-husband moved back in, and he likes ice cream, so of course, like, she only has a certain amount of willpower every day, so she starts to eat ice cream too. My costume's all messed up today. So like she gives in and she eats the ice cream too. So she's put on a little bit of weight ever since, like, he moved back in. And, like, that's obvious, and she knows it because, like, it's his fault, essentially. Because he's, like, the number one rule about, like, being healthy and living a healthy lifestyle is you have to put your house on a diet. Like, that's it. Like, if you look around my room, there's no unhealthy food at all. If you look in my refrigerator, there's no unhealthy food at all. Like, I don't own anything unhealthy. I can't even keep peanut butter in my room because I like peanut butter too much. So I don't even buy peanut butter anymore. I don't buy anything that is going to make me crave something that I like too much. All the food that I eat, I like it just enough to survive. And it's not even, I like the taste of it because I've been eating the same meals for 4.5 years. Same meals for 4.5 years. I haven't changed them up at all. Like, sometimes I'll change, like, the sauce recipes or something like that. But, like, I've been eating the same breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 4.5 years. And, like, my friends are like, how do you even do that, dude? Like, honestly, like, I don't understand how you have the willpower to never eat at restaurants, never eat anybody else's cooking, and only eat the same food every day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, for 4.5 years. Maybe I'm even going on 5 years. Like, but I'm like, I don't eat for taste, I eat for function. Like, there's this guy, Eric Thomas, and he always says, like, how bad do you want it? Do you want it bad, or do you just kind of want it? So, like, for me, having the perfect body where I look like something out of, like, some, like, Greek god or something is, like, Zeus or, you know, whoever, is to just give up anything. Just to give up anything, because I just don't kind of want it. Like, I really want it. It's essential to me. It's like one of the only meaningful things in my life is to attain that perfect body. And for people with eating disorders, people don't understand how bad we get about that. It's like, whether it's OCD that leads to the eating disorders or whatever the hell it is, it's bad. And, like, we will sacrifice anything for it. And I don't think people really understand that about us. To be continued.